Hold on.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Ooh. See, the ultimate guide to spooky empire. See, because spooky, ghost, spooky, haha. Yeah. Thursday night, hi, it's us again. Welcome to the show. Before anything, I think we should probably start off with the disclaimer. As usual, and I think you guys know this by now, we do not work for Spooky Empire. It's ultimate guide to Spooky Empire. We do not work for Spooky. We are not compensated by Spooky. We are not voices in Petey's head. We are an offensive show, so if you are easily offended, get the fuck out. We use vulgar language. We talk about like sweaty eggplant penises. Case in point. Shit, I think I've covered the basics, right? If you're offended, get out. We're not spooky.
I feel like
okay, sure.
Yay! Okay. Still not spooky.
I do represent Petey. I was inside his head today.
Oh, see, it's going to be one of those kind of shows. So, yeah, we're welcoming our special guest James tonight, who's representing official Spooky. So, we're going to corrupt her.
I have notes from Mr. Mon.
Mr. Mon.
Mon.
I like that, Mr. Mon. And we have our favorite bartender, Rob. Oh, what are you drinking?
Okay, tonight, this in a Halloween Horror Nights cup, if you can see.
What year?
This is 20. But this right here is a white trash pina colada. As if the pina colada weren't already a little white trash. I
already like it.
This is pineapple crush mixed with coconut rum and just a splash of grenadine with a cherry on the bottom.
It should be in a mason jar.
You know what? I thought this would just, it's spooky. I had to, do something horror-y. But yes, that's not a bad idea either. So.
Oh.
I'd also wait before I turn it over to find out what you guys are drinking.
They're frozen.
This is their pecan ale. Go nuts! And if you're looking for a lovely autumn time beer, I'd like to give my highest recommendation to pecan ale from the Abita Brewery, the good folks in Louisiana, who use real Louisiana-grown pecans to give their beer a light, nutty flavor. Yes, Abita Brewery's pecan ale, available at fine package stores near you.
Well, that's a nice fall pumpkin.
Yeah. Okay. Well, James, what are you drinking this evening?
Oh, nothing. I wasn't prepared. I'm so.
Oh, she's on the clock. Okay, she's on the clock. She's not allowed to drink.
All right.
So Mike and Sabrina with us.
Yay!
Yeah.
Well, not really.
We're like trashing it up with a Bud Light and a Natural Light.
Oh no, you've got the new like blend. That's not white trash.
Oh yeah, it's good. It's good.
And then I got my 15-pack for $6 at the Dollar General, Natty Light. It's still a week till payday, so sorry.
We are a classy crowd around here, super classy, and I'm in the spirit with green tea because everybody's got the flu, and so do I. Spiked with
working with
flu.
You spiked it with that?
Yeah, I'm sick. Don't judge me.
Always.
Oh, fuck.
Hey,
you know what? It's
people want to watch this.
Huh?
What's the link for people to watch this live?
It is on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah, just look up Ultimate Guide to Spooky episode 53 on YouTube, and you can watch us live.
Got it.
There's a.
Oh no, we frozen.
There.
Well,
but, okay. Did I freeze? Am I
Oh.
good?
There you are.
There you are.
Okay. Okay. I have no idea what happened there. I'm blaming the flu. It's all because everyone's getting the fucking flu this week. What the fuck is going on? It's like patient zero and shit. Speaking of like people being fucked up, and I think Rob wanted to say something about this. The contest that's going on right now that Spooky is doing.
Yeah, just before we get into all the details for this week's show, just a quick reminder to anyone watching this on Spooky Empire's official Facebook page. They're doing a contest, a 2 for Thursday contest. If you basically what it is, you have an opportunity to win 2 weekend passes for the Spooky Empire Halloween extravaganza that will be later in October. You kind of the whole reason that we're having this podcast or this little webcast thing. Yeah, you have a chance to win 2 tickets. Contest only has an hour to go. So if you're watching this on the playback, you're probably too late. They're going to draw a winner at 11 o'clock. All you have to do is just, click the love button, share the post, and say why you love Spooky. Now, I want to say that there's I'm so pleased. However, a lot of people have a little bit too much information of themselves. You can say why you love the convention and what you really look forward to without giving half of your life story and personal details about you and your children, personal health information, financial information. There's a lot of stuff that I've learned about a lot of people today.
That push the love button.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can pretty much almost open up a credit card with some of the information that they posted on there.
Just like I said, good luck to all participants. If you've posted your social security number, you've given too much. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, everyone. We don't need to know that your work.
Uh-oh.
Got James back.
Well, we're having technical difficulties.
Oh, wow.
Technical difficulties.
I'm going to keep going like everything's okay. So, there's these posts on the Spooky page. Yeah, there's the post on the Spooky page. If you post about your medical history or your work history for the past 2 years, post. So, up for that. So, win the Spooky contest. There we go. There's that. Yes, and actually, since James is back with us, perfect timing. This Saturday, Spooky Day in the parks at Magic Kingdom, and James knows all about that.
Yeah, so Spooky Day in the parks, we have a meetup on this Saturday, and we're going to do a bunch of different group photo opportunities throughout the park. And you can also find the group and ask for your Spooky Day in the Parks official button, which is some fun free swag. Yep.
Free stuff, free stuff, free stuff,
free stuff. My second favorite F word. So the first meetup,
fisting. But anyway, so sorry. Anyway, TMI.
Oh wow, we were just talking about too much TMI. No, so this is where we encourage everybody to Disney bound in their spooky outfits. It's not costuming. It's bounding in the style or inspired by your favorite characters or rides or attractions or movie. It doesn't even have to be Disney, but it's kind of fun to do it in the park with everybody. There's an official meetup at 11 o'clock at Town Square, right in the very beginning when you first get into the park. And then there's different meetups around the area. We're going to overtake the Haunted Mansion ride, all of us riding it at one time later in the afternoon. So it's a on your own kind of a thing. You have to have your own entry into Disney. But once you're there, look for all the spooky people, ask for your button and get your free swag. Kind of a fun little, family thing we do.
Like me some swag.
I like a man who's got some swag.
Yeah. No, we actually did this last year, and it was actually a lot of fun. I mean, Disney is a whole new experience when you actually do it with Spooky Family. You know, and a bunch of people were dressing up as like Disney villains, and like she said, Disney bounding, which was really freaking awesome. And getting to ride the Haunted Mansion like with Spooky Fam. I mean, riding it with the tourists, that's boring. We make it fun.
It's a whole new experience, yeah. But this it's a little bit different than it was last year, as we're not doing the whole convention part of it. We took this little step back and we're doing like a little mini version. We might amp up to do that convention and the VIP event again in the future, but this is just something fun to get us in the mood for the season. Disney right now is decorated for all their Halloween stuff with Mickey's Not So Scary. Yeah, I know. So all the really cool decorations are out. If anybody has any questions about the Spooky Day in the parks and like what bounding is or what cosplay is that's acceptable at Disney, There's a little video that we did last year for some instruction. You can go online to spookydayintheparks.com, and there's info there about that. And then there's also the schedule of where we'll be around the park for group photos and meetups.
Yes. Yeah, because I actually saw like there's a Facebook event page, and if I'm not mistaken, there's like at least 100 people going, right?
Yeah, there's a good turnout this year because people, I think, were ready for the Halloween season. Every year it gets earlier and earlier, which I'm not mad at. But yeah, if you go on Facebook, there is actually a Spooky Day in the Parks event made up, and it's open to the public. And right now there's 1,200 people interested, but there's quite a few who are going. So we're pretty much looking at taking over the park. I'm not mad at that.
Yes!
Yay!
Let the creep out.
Oh, can we please kick out like the tourists that always like the families that always wear like the same shirts and shit?
Oh, I don't know.
What's like
them out,
Disney 2019 and fuck you.
Let's encourage the kids to grow up and be like us.
Yeah, parenting done right.
This thing too, of course, we've got our little spooky juniors. Of course, it being Disney, kids are always welcome, and my daughter's very excited to be wearing her Jack gear, so she'll be
nice.
Oogie. You know, it's fun little theming. And then Petey gave me some other information to let you guys know about for Spooky itself. There's some bullet points he wants you guys to know about. The House of 1,000 Corpses, costumed photo op. We're doing a lot of costume ops. Yep. The cast of A House of 1,000 Corpses are doing a photo op in costume, as well as the cast of Sleepaway Camp. And then also there's some backdrops being brought in for the photo ops.
Hold on, I got to interrupt you there for a second. So you're telling me Felissa Rose, who played Angela in Sleepaway Camp, is doing it in costume?
That's the information he gave me. He said the
really
costumes.
Wow.
So
how authentic is the costume, may I ask?
I need to know this. Inquiring minds need to know. I want a picture with the appropriate Angela.
Well, I don't know how far it's going to go, but we can always cross fingers. We can always hope.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So he also wants everybody to know about the VIP party this year is actually X-Files themed. There we go. I haven't been drinking, I promise. So it's X-Files themed. And Eric from the Food Network is going to be doing a specialty cake for us again. So that'll be at the VIP party this year, along with the X-Files theme. Also, the car show is back for this year. So we're very excited to have our spooky cars on display. Excited about the Kids Zone again. And then also the Thursday night meetup is the kind of unofficial hangout at the pool for everybody. So anybody who's new, we want to invite them over to kind of become, part of family and kind of inaugurate them into the folds. And then invite, obviously, the veterans over to kind of have our family reunion that night. And then here's a little thing. I don't know if anybody knows about this yet. All the Q&As this year, because we have so many people and this show is going to be so massive with the whole X-Files reuniting of the cast, our Q&A is being held in a specialty tent outside of the convention center for 2,000 seats.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So there wasn't a convention room big enough for everybody. So we got a little bit of pimp upgrade. We've got a carpeted, air-conditioned tent for all the Q&A.
Damn.
Oh, shit is right.
Yeah? All right.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
so we're
That's awesome.
We're just
Shit, just that real, people.
Here.
So it's going to be like the Catalina wine mixer.
That is the perfect comparison.
This will probably be
That's
a really good VIP, so you get into those Q&As first.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I know the VIP for Gillian Anderson did sell out. Our regular VIP sold out yet.
Regular VIP tickets for the whole weekend? No,
Yes.
he hasn't said that they are sold out, so that has not been announced yet, no.
Okay.
I just know that a lot of the hosts are being assigned to their panels. So we're getting ideas of who we're going to be hosting. And we might know some people who will be in costume to host those panels. So it's going to be a really, really fun weekend. We're excited.
Oh, that's
Cool.
fucking awesome. Dude, that's,
Well,
my mind is blown. Yeah. I'm still stuck on Sleepaway Camp here. I'm going to have to do a little research on that because a
go
photo op with Angela, That's awesome. I mean, I'll bring the blade, man. I'll totally bring the blade. That's
we
awesome.
can hope. I can't promise.
Okay. That's all we can ask, really, at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll see you guys Saturday at Spooky Day in the Parks. I'll be there. And then we'll see everybody that weekend in the huge-ass tent.
Yeah, that's fucking amazing. I am super stoked about that.
Yeah,
that is fucking amazing. Little something I saw the other night, and I thought it would make for interesting discussion. I don't know if this will zoom in on it. I'm hoping it'll. But yeah, this is a Jason Voorhees. Yeah, the Jason Voorhees Jack in the Box. This is from Entertainment Earth. You go to entertainmentearth.com. This is let's see, $42.99. But it's like Jason in a Jack in the Box, and it plays the theme, and then boom, and Jason comes out. And I love this idea, and it's just like, you know what? How cool would it be if they had like a classic line of Jack in the Boxes with different slashers or different killers? I mean, like Rob, who would you want to see?
Freddy.
Well, I guess it would be the easy, obvious answer, right? So, you know what I would actually put in place of that? Don't know if you guys have seen it, but the rise of Leslie Vernon.
Yes.
It was a kind of a slasher mockumentary from a couple years ago, and he wears this really interesting mask that I think would just be perfect for a Jack in the Box.
That would be fucking awesome. Mike and Sabrina, who would you want to see as a killer Jack in the Box?
I'd have to go. Actually, I know it's kind of more of a monster thing, but original Godzilla, just popping out, like you turn it and you have another Godzilla theme, and then just pops out with him screaming. I'd be totally into that.
And the box would have to have like the cityscape around it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, when it opens up, it's like a bunch of city parts falling around him, and it's just him popping out. I think that'd be pretty damn cool.
Yeah, and actually, someone in the chat room just said O.J. Simpson.
Too soon. Too soon.
James, who would you want to see other than Freddy? I mean, we know Freddy.
I want Freddy. He's my favorite, so I'm partial.
Okay. I actually thought, going with the Creature from the Black Lagoon. I mean, Rico Browning is like Miniature. I mean, how cool him coming out of the swamp. I thought that would be really awesome. Or even if you did the box, like the puzzle box from Hellraiser, and had Pinhead come out.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Yes.
Neat idea.
I'm like, there's so many ideas with this. I just love this idea, and I really hope this catches on, and I hope they start doing a whole bunch of these, because that would just be fucking awesome. Now, James brought this up earlier, and since we have a couple of gearheads on the show, the Creepy Car and Hearst show. So we were talking about that. So Mike and Sabrina.
Okay, so Spookies, like James said, the Spookies bringing back the Creepy Car and Hearst show. But they are asking that the vehicles are pre-approved and that the space is limited because they're parking the cars out in front of the hotel area. From what I can tell, is it's going to be all the cars are going to be out in front. They want everybody to come on Thursday night to guarantee your spot. And if you wanted information on if your car can, meet that qualification, you can go to email info@spookyempire.com. But make sure it's actually a creepy car or hearse, not.
It's so silly. We have to say that.
Rider.
I'm really hoping that my banged up 2009 PT Cruiser makes it in.
Yeah.
I got a pretty sweet bumper sticker on my minivan. It's got a Cthulhu bumper sticker there.
Mine's pretty easy. I've got French fries in there from at least 2005.
Fair. And I was saying, and I hope somebody does it. I hope somebody does the free candy van. There needs to be a free candy van.
Steve Virus will probably be there again.
Well,
that would be fucking awesome.
If I'm not mistaken, one of our regular hosts, Robbie, she and her fella are bringing a car. They've actually shown it off, or a van, I believe. So she's not here this week. If she shows up next week or the week after, maybe she'll give us a sneak preview of what we can expect with their contribution.
I was gonna say, I love their van.
Yeah, their van is pretty cool.
It's a shaggin'. It's 70s shaggin' wagon, man.
It's so awesome.
It is.
You guys remember Madame P. Vira, the drag clown that drives around doing this karaoke stuff?
Oh my God.
And that has the free candy on the outside and the bloody handprints. It's great.
Cool.
It's so worth
That needs to be there.
It's completely worth it.
Oh, that totally needs to be there. Then, of course, if you guys haven't seen it, I don't know if it's been officially announced, but the event schedule is now up. So those of you that were curious about making your plans as far as the Q&As with all the guests, I mean, like the X-Files and Robert Patrick and House of a Thousand Corpses, the Q&As are now up, all the FX classes, the Saturday morning cartoon thing, which we'll get to in a minute. But if you go to spookyempire.com/event-schedule, everything's there from, I don't think anything from Thursday night is there because that's technically not official, but everything from the Q&As to
Costume contest.
I'm totally blanking. There, see? Okay, James can help me out with this because I'm totally blanking here.
Okay.
I'm apparently too much Theraflu.
Well, Saturday is the kids' costume contest, so remember to bring your little ones dressed up on Saturday because they've split it off from the main one, and they get to do their fun little parade through the hotel, and everybody's
Excellent idea. Excellent idea.
And then Sunday is the massive costume contest, and he really wants to pack the house for the audience for the People's Choice vote. So make plans to be there, even though it's the last thing of the event. We want to kind of go out with a bang. And you know, people always bring it to these costume contests. They're insane, the amount of work that goes into these things.
AKA, the question is, what will John Lee and Eric be?
Thank you! Thank you!
What will they be bringing this year? They were, for those of you who don't know, they have a little company, Postmortem FX, and last year they brought
amazing.
the Mayhem, the Scooby-Doo group that blew everyone's minds.
They were amazing, absolutely beautiful.
There are two different categories. So there is a category for people who build their own costumes, and there's a category for people who like buy and put things together.
Me!
Yeah, exactly. Me too. So, you know, even though you might be a novice or, you know, you're working on your skills as a costumer, you're not necessarily going to be in the same category as people like these guys who have the, you know, skills to go the distance.
Yeah.
Well, just as a perfect example, one of the categories they have is best lookalike.
Yeah.
And I know last year they had, was it Norman Bates and what's her name from Psycho? And they did it like in grayscale makeup.
Oh, yeah, that was amazing. Amazing.
Stunning.
And you stand next to him and take a picture. It was so wild.
Oh, yeah. They did an amazing fucking job.
Really well.
But
prizes, those are cash
yes.
from like $100 to $500, and you leave with an envelope of cash and not get mobbed in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Oh, see, now that we know that.
Well, and Mohawk Crew, I think, does our trophies or the belts too.
Yep.
Guitars or guitars or belts. They always bring something awesome.
Yep, exactly. And we're hopefully getting a celebrity judge as part of the panel this year as well.
Awesome. Awesome.
So I want to add really quick with the schedule events and all that. Sabrina found out right before we went on air that if you actually go to it, you're able to save it to your home on your phone, right?
Yeah. So I found when you click on that link to their schedule, it pops up and says if you're doing it from your phone, you can click basically the top 3 buttons on the top right corner, and there's an option to add to the home screen. So I did that, and then it makes almost like, I don't know if people can see it. It's almost like a little app, and you can create an account, and you can create it. It'll show you each thing that's going on each day, and then you can add it to your schedule, and you can also add your friends and find out what your friends are doing. And if like you want to go meet up with your friends, you know where your friends are at.
So your phone will go off and say, hey, at 5 o'clock, there's, such and such class, you plus, Rob and Demi are going to it, meet up at 5 o'clock.
Oh, shit, with that tech.
Yeah, we were just figuring this out, and
I just noticed
random buttons, and this shit works. Just the things that you find out when you just hit buttons. So we thought that was pretty cool, that we can actually kind of plane out and actually have it on our phone.
Yeah, we know what the Q&As we want to go to.
It's gonna pop up on our phones, being like, okay, at this time, this many people are going to it. Boom, we can knock it out.
Yeah,
very cool.
No,
Not
that's
miss
a fantastic idea, because here's the thing, like at Spooky, and I know everyone here can agree, your mind is in the now. You are not looking at scheduled times. You are not, your mind is all over the goddamn place. So you are not looking at your phone. You have no idea what time it is. So it's good to actually do that and have it on your phone and have your phone remind you, in 15 minutes, such and such a panel is going to, it's already probably filled by that time, but this panel will start in like a half an hour. So
Right.
no, that's really great. So, and actually, speaking of schedules, one of the things that you definitely want to check out is Saturday morning. Rob, what are we doing Saturday morning?
Well, for those of you who are not nursing hangovers or staying in bed or wondering who the person you hooked up with the night before, where they are, and just who they are, in fact, if you're any of those people, you know what? You might not be there. But at 11 a.m., for those of us who are well rested or can at least drag our carcasses out of bed, we have the Saturday morning spooky cartoon showcase.
That's fantastic.
That we did it last year. It was a real big, real successful. I thought, our room was pretty much packed the entire time. People had a real good time. We did the stroll down memory lane, looking at all the monstery, in theory, horror cartoons that we used to watch as we were kids. Maybe our older brothers or sisters did. Maybe the younger ones did. It spans almost 40 years worth of Saturday morning cartoons. So this year, we're going to be doing it a little bit different. I have a new co-host this year. Since Mr. Adam will be gallivanting off in Europe, I have Mike.
Yay! I get to do my first panel.
We're going to be doing it a little bit differently. We're going to be showing off some of the stuff. If you saw it last year, some of that will be back, but I've got a lot of new clips that we'll also be showing. And we thought it might be kind of funny. I won't give my exact age, but I'm in my early 40s. And I grew up.
I'm in my mid-20s.
Okay. Yeah. There you go. Anyway, the point is, we're gonna get a Gen Xer and a more millennial age person. Who's gonna be seeing a lot of these cartoons for the first time, and we're gonna be getting his impressions of what he thinks. And for me, it'll be like, "Oh, this was a great cartoon. You remember this?" And he'll be like, "What the hell is this crap?" Then again, Mike is also very much in the. Like myself,
he's a very old man.
Yeah, he's a fellow old man. I mean, we like the Golden Girls. We
not because they're trendy. I love the Golden Girls.
Yeah, it's been a great show.
My shit.
We like rum raisin ice cream. We like grape nuts.
Butterscotch.
Love grape nuts.
Butterscotch candies, so good. The hard strawberry candy with the chewy on the middle.
Yes, I got a pack of those in my car right now. Actually.
See?
Oh my God.
So it might not work out real well, but we're gonna have a good time anyway. Again, it's pretty funny. Everyone's gonna just see the old shows that they used to watch. Maybe they aren't familiar with at all, but you're gonna look back. Maybe you're gonna see some of these for the first time in 20 years and just go, "Wow, I woke up early to watch that."
Can we come in pajamas?
Absolutely. In fact, most of us did last year.
Is there cereal?
There very likely will be cereal.
Possibly.
It's never 100% guarantee, but I think there will be cereal.
You are welcome to bring your own cereal.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So anyway.
And coming in pajamas. It's early. It's 11 a.m. So yeah, come in your pajamas. I know these jackasses are going to be in pajamas. So
yeah. So wear those Red and Stimpy.
I got my Red and Stimpy shorts. I got my robe.
Do we have to say appropriate?
Wait.
Yeah. Let's not wear the sexy lingerie. I mean, as much as
don't be.
Yeah, but please don't be that person,
don't be
guys.
That person.
Please actually wear pants. Don't just come with your boxers with your fly hanging out.
Oh,
no one wants to see that. So just like I said, good taste. There are going to be kids at this. So while I don't guarantee no foul language, it is going to be toned down just a little bit. I don't like, dropping the F-bomb in front of a 5-year-old. I don't want, one of these kids to look over their mom later and say, "Mom, what's a glory hole?" We don't talk about that stuff at this panel.
You were born, honey.
So, like I said, it's a PG-13 show. So it's, just early heads up.
Good deal.
Yep.
Yeah, but mark your calendars. Not wait, hold on. Mike said something. Ren and Stimpy. Wait, what?
Yep.
No, please model.
These are my wonderful 1993 Red and Stimpy shorts that were bought out by sending in five to 10 box tops from Frosted Flakes. Send them in, and you got the Red and Stimpy shorts. Got them from Jason. His mom was cleaning out his bedroom from his childhood, and Jason's in his 40s also, and he got these when he was graduating high school. And he was going to throw them away. I'm like, fuck no, I'm going to have them. So I save them and I wear them. But they are full on copyright 1993, says Kellogg's inside of them and all that stuff.
1993. Oh.
Yeah, I know, right?
That was the year I was born. So it is wonderful.
Shut up! Shut the fuck up! Oh my God. You fucking asshole.
I think I had sex in 1993.
I won't even get to wear 1993 because never mind.
There I was.
Oh,
yeah.
It's okay.
I already had kids by that time, but anyway, yeah. Oh, fun thing that we saw. Eli Roth is actually doing something called The History of Horror. It's a series that's going to be on AMC. I think starting October 14th. I want to say.
October 14th at midnight.
Yes. I mentioned
too
this.
late.
Nice homework.
Yeah, I mentioned this because the Soska sisters are going to be featured on it, and they're going to be at Spooky soon afterwards. So you get to see like what they're working on. You get to hear their take about the history of horror, things like that. So I mean, I don't know how many of you actually looked at this. I thought this idea of Eli Roth doing the history of horror could be kind of fun. You know, I think he'll take a fresh new take on it.
You know, I don't really like Eli Roth's movies. You know, I'm not into, you know, torture porn or wherever you really want to call it, what he specializes in.
Torture porn.
But the fact is, he's actually he's a complete horror nut. I mean, the guy is one of those encyclopedias. He knows a little bit of everything, and he can tell you lots of really interesting stuff about, you know, any old horror movie you can think of. So he's a perfect guy to host this. I'm sure the show is going to be awesome. And again, if the Soskas are on it, you know, that's going to be something a little extra cool for us to look forward to. And you know what? Might be an interesting thing to watch and then be able to field them questions in regards to after the fact. I mean, I'm sure at this point they've had a lot of American Mary questions. Hit them with something new.
Yeah, and just for those of you that are David Cronenberg fans. They're actually working on Rabid, David Cronenberg's Rabid, and if you're looking at their Instagram, they're posting a lot of stuff while they're filming that, a lot of behind the scenes. And for those of you that are like weirdo fans, David Cronenberg, the guy does nothing but weird. So that's something to look forward to as well, if those of you are on their social media. Oh, and I mentioned the VIP for Gillian Anderson. One thing to remember, that Saturday is going to be sold out. I think the one-day tickets for Saturday have sold out, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
So
the one day
Saturday is going. Yeah, the one day. Saturday is going to be a fucking madhouse. So if you're not there on Friday, if you're only going on Saturday, please prepare, because otherwise you're going to have a fucking miserable time. Realize there's going to be thousands and thousands of people there. It's going to be crowded. It's going to be crazy. So make sure you're hydrated. Make sure you have your comfortable shoes. Make sure you have your schedule planned. I mean, you guys got any other tips for Saturday?
Be nice.
Just get there early. You know, I mean, parking. We talked about this at an earlier show. We have toured the hotel. We talked with some of the management, and they have said that for previous conventions, they will fill up their parking lots. This is not the day to say, hey, let's just get there when we get there. It'll be fine. If you're just going for Saturday, get there early. Make sure you get a parking spot.
Early. So, James, what about you? What tips do you give to people that are just going to be there on Saturday?
I would say wear deodorant, like we always say. Please be clean.
Oh, my God, please.
And also be nice. I mean, you have to understand there's people there with families. There's people there for the first time that don't know the whole genre of the cons. And, you know, we're a very welcoming group, but there's always some curmudgeon that has a bug up their ass that has to be nasty.
Mm-hmm.
Keep in mind that there's a lot of people, they're there for the same reason that you are. Everybody wants to have a good time, and Spooky wants you to have a good time. Just keep in mind, you're not going to be the only person there. Don't be surprised when there's waits for things, when there's long lines, when there's a little trouble moving around. And also be very cognizant of people's costumes when they are walking around, and watch where you're walking in case something is trailing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Been there.
On that note of that, also just please also be nice to the volunteers who are working the show.
Thank you.
This is the
Thank
first
you.
time we've been at this convention center. Now they always do a great job training the volunteers. I mean, I've seen them, like the one year we had that one off at the Hilton. They were all, you know, pros that year. That everything went off without a hitch. But the fact is, anytime you're in a new facility, people aren't familiar with it, and that includes the volunteers. So they're going to train them up as, you know, well as they possibly can. I'm not worried about that. But
There's
you know what?
times where they might not know an answer to something.
Yeah, they might not know things off the top of their head, so cut them a little slack. If people have to give you an I don't know or let me check that out and find some information for you, just be patient.
And if you're new, also know that there are doors that you can enter in, and then there are doors that you can exit out. You can't do both in them. So if somebody asks you to go to another door to come in, don't roll your eyes and huff. I mean, that's just their job, and that's how we roll. That way everybody stays safe.
Yeah. And I can't stress enough being nice to the volunteers, because we see it every year. Everybody comes in with like, oh, I bought a ticket so I can be an asshole to whoever I want, and you're just a lowly volunteer. Come on now. Really?
You don't run.
Because, yeah, you're that person that we're going to make fun of. And here's the thing. You're an asshole to one volunteer. They're going to tell the other volunteers, and they're going to make your experience a living fucking hell.
Yeah.
So they're going to single you out and make things a lot worse for you. So don't be an asshole.
They love donuts.
You're going to be an asshole? Donuts, yes. Oh, God, are we getting donuts?
Well, I bring them to the volunteers.
Oh, shit. If I had known that, fuck. Nobody told me there was going to be donuts.
Well, I spend most of my time in the panel room when I'm hosting. So we have our own set of volunteers in there. So the nicer you are to them, the sweeter they are to you. And it's a nice circle.
Yeah, the circle of life. Just like the circle, the donut circle. See? You know, it's a fun story. We were just talking about this before the webcast started, and I see the look on Rob's face there because I already know what he's thinking. But we were talking about Tinder, and he was mentioning that he actually started a Tinder profile. What was it? The name Duncan?
Duncan.
My name was Duncan, and my profile picture was a jelly donut. And, you know, I just, a lot of comments like, you know, you'll get sick of me if you see me too often, but I'll leave you very satisfied. I'm real sweet. And, man, I was popular as hell.
Did you get some dicks out of it?
I fucked a jelly donut. No. Look, I tell you, if I put my own face up there, trust me, I wouldn't have gotten anything. But put a donut up there, women are DTF with a donut. It's just with a cruller.
I will destroy a cruller.
So
that's right.
Yes, best donut ever.
Yeah,
that's Rob's dating tip to the guys. You're probably not real good looking, but you can't go wrong with donuts. And
if you land a date, don't worry about flowers or chocolates. Donuts.
Donuts and a good cup of coffee. That'll get you something, okay?
This led me to an idea. What would your thoughts be on maybe doing like a spooky speed dating or like a singles mixer at Spooky? Would that be too crazy?
Oh,
I've never heard good things about them at other conventions. So I gotta be honest. They always end up having to like find the thing I always hear is they always have to pull women like from the volunteers. They always have to find extra women, just say, hey, you don't have to go out, but could you just sit in the chair for a minute? So, and then there's other guys who are thinking, hey, she really likes me.
Blind speed dating? Would that be better?
We have joked about it.
Donuts, I'll show up.
We've joked about in past costumed speed dating in character.
Yeah, look at that.
Yes, so you know that could be something. If someone went as Kathy Bates from Misery, you know that might not be someone you would want to hang out with, but maybe. I don't know.
You know what? I'd hang out with her for a Patrick Bateman. you know, I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Oh, I just had a Patrick Bateman burlesque routine in my last show. It was amazing.
Nice.
And wrestling and burlesque is back this round.
Yay!
Oh, yes. I forgot to put that in the notes. What do we know about that, speaking of which? In character.
Burlesque Friday night, wrestling Saturday night.
Our favorite two-toned panel host, Kid Cadet, is actually going to be hosting with the wrestlers this year. So she's going to be over there playing with the guys. Yep. And the burlesque is back, baby. So you know how that goes over like gangbusters.
Please don't bring your children to it. It makes everyone just a little bit more uncomfortable.
Especially when the kids are on stage doing it.
Oh my God. And unfortunately that's happened. So it's fucking crazy. So, but so burlesque, so there's gonna be titties. Make sure you show up for the titties.
Boobs and butts.
That's right. Oh God, I see Sabrina dancing over there already. Wait, I know there's $1 here somewhere. I know I got some change in the couch somewhere.
Yeah, throw quarters at the stage. That's what they like.
That's right. No, I'm that person. Oh. Okay. I don't know if any of you have actually looked at any of the event pages or, because they're usually on the event page or on Spooky's page. Visitors always ask questions and stuff. I know Spooky does a good job of answering most of them, but sometimes we like to look through and, like some of the more insane guest requests or just.
Oh, give me.
Oh, James sounds like she has something. Well, just for example, someone that is actually going to be a first-time vendor at Spooky this year, Black Damask Designs. Let's see. Do you have any advice or tips for first-timers or anything not to do? So what would you say for first-timers, Rob?
Well, is she asking this as a vendor or just a con goer?
I just read it verbatim, so I think as a vendor, but still, I think a lot of the tips would probably be the same.
Well, let's see. I have no tips for the vendors because if you have stuff I like, I'm going to buy it. If you don't have anything I want, I'm going over there and looking at the things I do like. So my tips to the vendors are bring things I want to buy and don't bring the things I don't like, and charge reasonable, fair prices for them as well. All right, that's my vendor tip. For just my general newbie tips, have a buddy who's been there before, and if you don't have one, make a friend real quick. Trust me, this is a real friendly crowd, and you know what? It shouldn't be even the introverts. You can find someone, just even with your shared mutual awkwardness, you can probably make a connection early on and just ask a couple questions, because even the introverts like to talk about the things they like to talk about. And if you're at Spooky, you probably like to talk about Spooky. So make a buddy. And if you know what, if you're scared to make a buddy, you can talk to me. I'll be your friend.
Warning number 1.
Yeah. Thank you for being my friend, by the way.
Thank you for being a friend. Down a road.
About that.
And back
again.
Oh, dear God.
Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant.
This panel is going to be awesome.
Yes, it is.
Bunch of jackasses, I swear to God. Not enough coffee for this shit. But all right, well, Mike and Sabrina, what would be your tips for like a first-time con goer or vendor, either way?
Water, important.
Yes, especially for those going on Saturday. Water.
Yep.
Eat well, because a lot of times, like, I know I've gotten caught up in, I'm going to eat a lot of junk food all weekend because I'm on vacation. Throw a salad in there every once in a while or you're going to upset your stomach. Smucker's Uncrustables, always. You always have to throw that one in there because Smucker's Uncrustables are life.
Yep. Official food of this webcast, hands down.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, oh God, we lost Sabrina. That's it.
Just my little baby.
Oh God, the baby dog.
Look like this.
For a vendor, I would say one of the things I've seen that works really well at Spooky. There was an artist there a couple years ago. I don't recall his name, but he ran specials during the con, like Like if you posted a picture of yourself with some of his artwork and did a hashtag on Instagram or something, he'd give you like a certain % off or something like that. That was really cool. And that was a real great way to get his name out during the convention. Because those of you that are checking social media, during the con or when you're in your room with a hangover, you find, oh, this is really cool art that you might have missed in the vendor room. I've seen that work really well. Even if you offer little, because this is close to Halloween, there's going to be a lot of kids there. And like James said, there's the Saturday kids costume contest. If you have like trick-or-treat stuff for the kids,
yes,
that'll always bring the parents over. Always. So have candy at your table because that'll always bring people in because we like free shit and we like candy. I mean, this is the one wanting the free candy van and the creepy car show. So that's something else I would suggest. And also, especially if you're a first-time vendor or a first-time con goer, coffee shop of horrors. I meant to bring this up. They are life. Everyone lives for Coffee Shop of Horrors. They give out free samples. They coming out with I think 2 new flavors. And I think like there's a pumpkin coffee of some
PD Pumpkin
Of course, PD.
Yeah.
And
I will say this in regards to Coffee Shop of Horrors: the coffee is free, but throw them $1 in the tip jar.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Just because
usually by the end of the weekend we'll put like $30 in a tip jar.
Yeah. Just don't be the one person who just keeps going and gets a free cup of coffee, free coffee cup. No, throw $1, throw a couple of dollars in there, here and there.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's too much for you, go back to your room and have the cheap coffee in the coffee pot that they're going to serve you. And
I was saying, if you're one of those that comes back every 5 and 6 times, they know. They see.
Yeah, they do.
They know exactly.
They put the hoodoo on you. Okay, just know that.
As a first-time vendor, too, what I like to see is people who aren't sitting behind a table. If they're up and they're engaging when people walk past, so they're available for questions if people have them.
Yeah, don't just sit there like this.
Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, I don't know if I want your stuff. And no, but it's not nicer to talk to the actual artists of what they're representing. And then also as a host and a pre-show host, we get things from the vendors that they give us to give away to people in the audience. And then it also helps promote their booth. So, kind of get an idea of if you've got stuff that you want to give away so we can promote you.
Yeah. Oh, another tip that I actually just thought of, and this happened this past spring show. And I suppose this really isn't so much a tip as it is an observation. I've seen way too often 13X Studios, for example. We all know Rick, and he does the great hockey masks. He's at MegaCon this weekend, and actually I'm going to have Rob talk about his horror trivia in a second. But he does like these great horror masks. I think he started vending them at Spooky a couple years ago, and then like the show after he did it, all of a sudden there's 3 or 4 vendors selling the exact same thing.
Yep, for cheaper.
Don't be that fucking person, because here's the thing: Spooky is a tight-knit circle, and we know.
Right.
We know who is. Don't go copying someone's idea and then decide, oh, that's cool, I'm going to go make it. No, don't be that fucking asshole.
Hoodoo. Hoodoo.
The fucking hoodoo. But Rob, while Rick was saying something about he's doing horror trivia.
Rick's doing horror trivia. Yay. No.
Come on.
Basically, I think it's on Saturday. He's got a big trivia panel going on. I think it's going to be horror questions running up and down, prizes for the smart people, dumb people. I got nothing for you other than help and a prayer. But you know what? If you want to prove your mettle, come to this. Chris is a fun guy. He's going to have some awesome questions. I can just tell you, like I said, I don't know enough about the panel, yet because it hasn't happened. But I've been to a lot of events Chris has run before.
Chris?
Stuff.
Who was Chris?
You know what? It's because the first time I met him, I thought Rick's name was Chris, and I have never gotten over that. Sorry, Rick. Okay.
I'm calling him Chris from now on.
That's what I'll do. I may have even called him Chris to his face. So it's what are you gonna do? But Rick.
Okay.
I've been to his panels, but his shows before at Gods and Monsters. He's always really cool. He's does fun stuff. So I guarantee you, if you're not going to be stuck with the X-Files, definitely go to his panel, see his horror trivia, take part in it. It'll be a blast.
Also, there's the $5 donation goes to Give Kids the World, so you'll always, good philanthropist all weekend.
Yep.
And he said something I saw on his 13X Studios. You go to his Facebook. He said something about announcing the winner at the pool Saturday night. I'm not really sure exactly what he was talking about, but go to 13X Studios on Facebook. I'm sure all the information is there, but $5, Give the Kids the World is a great organization. Be charitable, get your good karma for the weekend, kick ass at horror trivia. So there's that too. But were there any other tips or questions on Spooky's page that I'm missing? You got anybody? James, what?
It's the frame that you can put on your Facebook picture that says, "I'm going to the Empire."
Yep, we did it. I know Mike and Sabrina did it because I saw their Facebook. I know they did it.
It's trending right now. I see it going around to everybody. So you tell everybody you're going, and it's a nice little frame. And it doesn't cut into your picture. I love it.
Love it.
It kind of cut into mine, but I'm eating a foot in mine, so that's okay. Yeah, but now I need to put something weird up just so it looks weird on the frame, just because I'm that kind of person.
There you go.
But I don't know if we saw any weird guest requests or anything like that.
Oh,
Rob?
There's always.
Oh God, I can't. There was someone.
I love those. Those are fun.
I wish I could remember because someone absolutely ridiculous was just asked. I mean,
every time there's a new announcement of a guest, somebody comes underneath it and asks for somebody who's been there several times already.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, or B, somebody who we'd never in a million years have it at the show.
Can you guys get Pat Sajak to come?
Oh, there was one of the.
I saw
somebody asked Barker.
For who?
Bob Barker.
Yeah, because of for the Happy Gilmore connection with Chubbs. I'm blanking on his name. Carl Weathers.
Oh.
See, there's synergy there. There's logic.
Yeah.
Granted, Bob Barker's 90-something years old and more or less on everyone's celebrity death pool. Not to be that morbid guy, but Bob is in poor health these days.
Yeah.
That's true.
That said, please have your pet spayed or neutered.
Okay. Oh, Sabrina, you were going to say something?
Yeah, I saw one at some point today when I was scrolling through a Spooky page, kind of doing some prep work and stuff. Somebody was posting that he was upset that he never met Bruce Campbell and that he was just not going to come unless it happened. He was just not. It's just never coming back until it happened. And Spooky's reply was, well, he's doing the convention circuit starting, 2019. So it probably will happen, some point next year. But, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it, basically, in the nicest way possible. But I was like, really, you're just giving up because you're the one person. You can't go to a convention, a huge convention, because one person.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I saw that when Gillian Anderson sold out. Because the VIP was sold out, I saw some chick, and I don't remember her name, but she apparently got all bent out of shape, and she's like, "Oh, well, if I'm not guaranteed meeting Gillian Anderson, I'm not going to the convention. I already bought plane tickets and I booked my hotel." Okay, people. If you hinge your experience on one guest, you are guaranteed to have a miserable fucking time. That's just flat out truth. Absolute truth. I don't care if you go to meet the whole X-Files cast and everything, that should not be your number one priority because that is guaranteed you're going to fail because there's always going to be some fuck up somewhere that's going to happen. The price is going to be too much or David Duchovny is going to be in a bad mood. There's always going to be something. You got to be more flexible than that. If you are coming specifically just for one guest, you are going to have a miserable time. Go there because go ahead.
Unless it's John Barrowman.
I think on that person, I think it was the same person. I don't know. It was under that same post about that package being sold out. she was like, well, I wish, it was still first come, first serve. And they're like, well, if you really want to meet her, I would go ahead and get the, go ahead and buy the photo op or buy the autograph, because you can still buy them, individually. You just can't get the VIP package, I think was the deal at the time. Mm-hmm. And she's like, well, when the show in October, the year that we had Matthew come through, we lost out and we had to, suffice with a December show. And, we missed out big time. And I'm like, oh, come on, give me a break. You could either refund your ticket for the December show or for the April show. So don't give me that.
Yeah, they did everything absolutely possible to bend over backwards and make it
absolutely
right for everybody.
And truth be told, that December show, the half-mile walk aside, was actually one of my favorite years.
Yeah,
I had a great time at that show.
We had so much fun doing that one. I mean, it was Christmas. I was with Spooky Fam. We had a great time.
Ugly sweaters rule.
Yes.
Ugly sweaters are fucking amazing. The fun thing I just noticed on the Spooky Empire page too, apparently there's a Spooky Empire advertisement on foxnews.com.
Oh.
Well, you know what? I have a feeling it's part of it's for anyone whose politics might get, it up their panties in a roar. It's actually done through the Google search algorithm. If you've looked at Spooky before, they know you have. So you get served up a Spooky ad on Yahoo, Fox News, anyone that might show Google sponsored ads, your ad will pop up there. So if you're not going just to Fox News, folks, relax. Again, I don't want anyone. I'm keeping politics out of this one way or the other. I'm just saying that it's called a run of network buy. It's called retargeted ads. If you really want to know more about it, contact me directly. I actually do this for a living. And I can promise you that's just how it was set up. It's called Google retargeting. Look it up if you really, really want to know about it.
It's not a sly takeover, slowly and creeping into that world.
You might think so, but no, that's not it either. So
I think
sorry.
Yeah. And the other thing I noticed, let's see, and I think this is something that we're probably just going to have to address multiple times because people can't math. Elvira is going to be there Cassandra Peterson is going to be at Spooky all weekend. She's doing the photo op in costume as Elvira on Friday, but she's going to be there the rest of the weekend. Just to clarify, because a lot of people think she's only going to be there Friday and she's not leaving. But no, she's doing the photo op as Elvira on Friday and the rest of the weekend. So I think her Q&A and everything is going to be as Cassandra. So just to
if I'm not mistaken, her Q&A is actually at 1:00 on Saturday, but again, just as Cassandra.
Yeah, just FYI so people that we're going to get the photo op. No, she is going to be there all weekend. Just FYI.
Or just either way, that woman is flawless.
Oh God. I don't know if it's the vegan diet. I don't know the blood of virgins. I don't know what she does, man. But she's got to give some good tips, man, because she looks fucking amazing.
Anti-gravity boots. She must hang upside down. I swear.
Just sign me up, man. Sign me the fuck up. Oh, speaking of Coffee Shop of Horrors, one other little note that I did want to make. Because even people that don't like coffee, you will love Coffee Shop of Horrors because they do have teas. They serve all sorts of different teas. They got like herbal berry teas and like black chai teas and stuff like that. So they have teas. They also have, I don't know if they'll be bringing any of their baked goods at Spooky. I don't know how that's going to work. But I know they also have soft serve ice cream as well.
So good. So good.
Lactose-free soft serve ice cream. I don't know if they're going to bring it, but if you're at their shop, it is lactose-free. So people like me can enjoy
it. And not be like a nightmare for his roommates. But yeah, they do have teas as well. So you coffeeshopahorrors.com. They have a section just for teas, so you can like special order stuff that they will deliver at the show. So it's not just coffee. I know it's a Coffee Shop of Horrors, but they do have other stuff as well. So there's that. I think that pretty much wraps up everything for the show this evening, unless there's anything on the table that I forgot that anyone else wants to bring up. Maybe. No.
If anyone's interested, I'll post the recipe for the white trash pina colada later tonight. Other than that.
For some odd reason, and we were talking about tips on how to enjoy the con. Comfortable shoes.
Yes, please.
Oh God.
Oh God, yes.
Comfortable shoes. I can't tell you
that.
I see girls hobbling through in these heels that are ridiculous, and even guys who have the boots that you're just like, oh, I can't with you.
Yeah.
That can make in and of itself, because one of the things that we've been doing, if you guys have been following our Facebook page, first of all, I want to give a big shout out to Brendan Bean, who is a longtime congoer. I think he's been going to Spooky since like 2008, something like that. If you've been seeing the birthdays that he's been posting a past guest every day, that's him. Yeah, he's gone through. He's made a whole list of all the past guests and when their birthday is and what they've been in. He is like so meticulous with all of it. He's been wonderful about it. So every day he posts like so and so's birthday. I think like today was John Bernthal and Greg the Hammer Valentine, and I know Elvira just had a birthday as well. What are you laughing at?
Greg the Hammer Valentine. That's all.
He was the guest at Spooky, So
yes, he was.
But he does that, and I lost my train of thought. There was that he does, and oh shit, lost my train of thought.
Well, at any rate, Brendan, awesome job with that. It's been really cool to see those birthdays popping up.
Yeah,
and to also see who past guests have been through. Not everybody knows the whole lineage of everybody who's been to Spooky, or even when they first started.
Yep, that's true.
Exactly, especially those that have been to Spooky like 7 or 8 times.
Yeah, I mean,
Robert England.
This show is now, it's getting close to 15 years old, and it hasn't been 2 shows every time, but every year, but it's been like that for at least a half a dozen now. So lots of Spooky history now.
Yeah,
it's time for someone to do a Spooky trivia panel at Spooky.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
That could be fun. But actually, what I was actually going to say, because James was talking about wearing comfortable shoes, and there's actually a lot that could be said about that. Having costume for like 20 years, trust me, I have destroyed my feet on many, many, many different occasions, and nothing will destroy your con like wearing not broken in shoes and then just not being able to walk for like the rest of the con.
There's a lot of walking.
A lot of walking. So on our page, one of the things we do like every week or so, one of the hosts actually does a little mini video of tips. Like, for example, Rob has done one on shopping for different snacks and stuff like that for the convention. Good snacks to bring for the convention. I did one on celebrity etiquette. So every week there's going to be a little video on the Facebook page of, different stuff. And, that's actually a really good idea to first one of the guests or one of the hosts to do one about like foot care and stuff like that. So. But yeah, so keep an eye on the Facebook page for that stuff. I think that's pretty much wraps it up for this evening. So thank you, James, for joining us and giving all that great information. Hopefully we'll see you Saturday.
Absolutely.
That'd be fucking awesome. Yeah. And Mike and Sabrina. And did Mike go to bed?
He did. He's going to be up at 4.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. Good night, Ren and
Stimpy. Good night, Ren and Stimpy. And Rob with his fucking weird-ass, trash-ass pina colada there. Thank you. Yeah. And thank you guys for joining us. Thank you guys for joining us. Join us next week. We got something very, very special planned. Keep an eye on the Facebook page. We'll tell you all about it. Peace.